Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the New Day with Natalie podcast. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the biggest mistake that people make when they are trying to win back their ex, specifically their avoidant ex. I work with so many of you guys one-on-one, and I have heard all of your stories, and I know the mistakes that you are making because I see what happens after. They don't come back. They don't want you because you've already made the mistake. This podcast episode is for you if you are trying to win back your avoidant ex and you don't know where to start. So it's great to learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't make the same mistake yourself and ruin all chances of winning back your avoidant ex. I also dated an avoidantly attached guy and he broke up with me out of nowhere, and I was in the same shoes as you where all I wanted was to win him back. All I wanted was him to be in my life again. Like just texting him, just talking to him on the phone, just hanging out with him. That's all I wanted. I had to learn and make a couple of mistakes along the way to understand how to reattract an avoidantly attached person. And so let's go through all of the mistakes that I see my clients make and also some of the mistakes that I made personally as well in the past when I was trying to reattract my ex. The first major mistake that I see a lot of you guys make when trying to reattract your avoidant ex is chasing validation instead of trying to rebuild attraction. Most people just go into this fix-it mode where they say like, look, and they send a text to their ex to prove that they fixed the thing that their ex didn't like about them. Look, I finally paid the bills. Look, I finally painted the wall like you asked. Look, I finally got a new job. And basically by reaching out to your ex, you're trying to get validation, reassurance from your ex that, see, I'm a good person now. See, I did the thing you asked me to do. It's like giving a child a gold star when they do the good thing that you asked them to do and didn't do the bad thing that they always do. There's nothing really attractive about that because you're essentially acting like a child. You're seeking reassurance and validation from an external third party because you can't give it to yourself. And honestly, I'll just be real with you, you probably did that a lot within your relationship and you didn't even know it. And if you do it over time, your avoidant partner, when you guys were dating, probably felt this huge pressure on them to always give you this validation and reassurance. They might have even told you that, but it kind of falls in the line of being a parent instead of being a romantic lover, right? Because a parent has to give the child a hug and a gold star and you did it, good job, you put the plates in the dishwasher. Over time, it's just another job. So it's not really an enjoyable relationship. It's a job. And that's not thrilling. That's not exciting. It's something that an avoidantly attached person does not want to do. Here's the deal, you guys. Avoidantly attached people, when they leave you, they are not questioning if you love them. They're not questioning if you can fix the problems that they constantly were nagging you about, putting the dishes away, paying off all your debt, getting a new job, painting the wall. They aren't questioning if you can actually fix those problems. Of course you can, right? What they're questioning is how the relationship between you guys, how it made the avoidantly attached person feel. So by you showing up and asking for reassurance, asking for validation, that is only confirming the fact that they were already questioning how they feel in the relationship, and constantly validating you made them feel like they were a parent. And when you come back during the breakup and say, look, I did this thing, give me reassurance, you're confirming the fact that they still feel like a parent. They still feel like it's an extra job on top of being in a romantic relationship, taking care of you and validating you, reassuring you. You're basically giving them another reason why they don't want to get back with you. Does that make sense? Also, when you reach back out to your avoidant ex and say look, I did all these things, I fixed all these things, the way that it reads to your avoidant ex is that you're desperate. You're just I have no other options. No one else is going to love me. And so I will make myself perfect for you once again because I'm a people pleaser just like you. And so does that make you want me? And they're going to be no, I'm still not attracted to you because you're desperate to date me. And anyone that is desperate to date you it kills all magnetic attraction instantly, okay? Like, think about it like you're a celebrity. This is always the example I give. And you walk into Target, okay? And you're swarmed by all these fans, and they're like, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, can you give me an autograph? And like, you're just trying to go grocery shopping, okay? And these people are like all over you. And so you're like, okay, fine. Like, I'll give you an autograph. Like, I'll give you a hug. Here's a picture. You're not attracted to any of them. You don't want to date any of those people. They're fangirling you. Like, they're obsessed with you. That's not attractive, right? That's the energy you're giving to your avoidant ex when you're trying to be like, look, I'm back. I fixed these things, right? Like, reassure me that I am amazing. Give me validation that I'm a good person. Like, that is not attractive at all, okay? And honestly, it's childish. If you can't give that to yourself, that's probably why a lot of your relationships don't work out, because it feels like a full-time job for the person you're dating. I see a lot of you guys giving off a fixing it energy versus a magnetic detachment style energy. And what I mean by that is, like I said before, fixing it energy is desperate, right? Like, you need them. There are no other options. You are desperate to date them, okay? And you will do whatever it takes to date them, okay? That's desperate. That's not attractive. Magnetic detachment means you are letting them go. You are doing your own thing. You are creating some level of curiosity and mystery, but also it's like you're a magnet to them because they want to know where you went. They want to know what's new with you, but you peacefully created space in between you guys so that they can breathe, you can breathe, but there's still time and space to come back together because you're a magnet. In other words, like, there is really a huge difference, you guys, between working on the relationship with someone versus fixing your part of the relationship and showing the part that you fixed to your partner, or fixing something for your partner. If you ever got into a fight with your partner during the relationship when you guys were still dating, you never found a solution, right? You were just like, okay, I'll fix this thing. I'll fix the problem. Like, it's okay. Like, don't get mad. Like, let's not break up, right? Because you didn't want to follow through with the breakup or feel like you were being rejected by them. So you just decided, like, I'll fix it. It's me. I'll fix it. Instead of together deciding, okay, I understand what went down. I understand your part. I understand my part. How can we together make this work, right? That is a team effort. That's magnetic energy, okay, to each other. You guys are frustrated, but you're still connected. You are a team. You are a unit, right? Fixing it energy is you are the only one fixing it while your partner's like, what the heck is going on? Like, they don't even want to be here, right? So they'll just watch you fix the problem, and then finally one day they'll break up with you. Fixing it energy is all about control. All you're trying to do is show to your partner that you have fixed all the problems in the breakup stage, right? And so you want to be like, look, I fixed all these things. Can we get back together? Because you're trying to control the relationship. You're trying to control if they will communicate with you again, if they will start to date you again, right? You need control to feel like you are sane. When you emulate this magnetic detachment style energy, you have trust within your partner. You trust that if you create space between you guys, it will still be okay. Your relationship will not be a romantic relationship for right now because you're in the breakup stage, but you know and trust that if it's meant to be, you guys will come back together and it will just work, right? That is a lot more attractive and magnetic than the desperate energy and the fix-it mindset. Another mistake I see a lot of you guys make is over-communicating with your ex in the breakup stage instead of just giving them the space that they need and might have requested. The reason why this is a big mistake is because over communicating with your ex actually repels them away from you versus attracting them to you. If you are constantly texting them, if you are constantly watching their story, putting comments on their pictures, liking their stories, or just asking like, why did this happen? Like, can you at least give me like 5 minutes to talk on the phone? Or maybe just like sending a lot of love letters to your ex. Like, you might have like handwritten one, or maybe like a paragraph long text, or maybe like a long email. And maybe you're doing it because it gives you closure, or maybe it just makes you feel like you're in control. But in reality, what's going on is your avoidant ex feels additional pressure on top of them. They'll feel all this pressure to still be the parent, still be that person that validates you, that reassures you, that brings you comfort and peace. They don't want to be that figure in your life anymore. That job is too much work and the pay is not worth it. That's why the breakup happened, okay? So if you're constantly reaching out, they know that they hurt you. They know that you're in pain, but they don't know how to bring you comfort without being in a relationship with you, whether that's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or anything. So what they're probably going to do is give you like breadcrumb text messages in response, or just heart your message, or barely give you the time of day, which is going to drive you even more crazy. And if you have an anxious attachment, you're going to try even harder to try to get their attention, which is only going to ruin things even more. So again, if you are constantly reaching out, the reason why you're doing that is because you're trying to find control over a situation that you have lost complete control over. Your avoidant ex might have broke up with you out of nowhere, and that is a very uncomfortable feeling. So you're trying to gain control by getting some answers from them. Any point in life, if you get an answer for something that you were unsure about, it will bring you some peace. It will allow you to sleep at night, okay? And so in this situation, what you're saying to your avoidant ex is, please come back. Please think about our relationship again. Please give it a second chance. At least just hear me out, right? But all your avoidant ex hears is you saying, you are not allowed to leave. You are not allowed to leave. We are still in a relationship. You are still responsible for my emotions. You did this. That's why I am emotionally sad and I am unstable and I need you back. So this is your fault. Come back to me or else, right? And so obviously that's not exactly what you're saying, but that's how it's perceived to your avoidant ex. So the more that you push them, the more that they're going to run away, because no one wants to hear that from someone. It feels like they're a child and their parents are getting mad at them, which is probably what's happening to your avoidant ex. And obviously you're not trying to act like their parent, but you kind of are. Every time you reach out to your avoidant ex, and you probably already know this, you are basically not allowing them the space that they need to feel what life feels like without you in it, okay? Every time you reach out, every time they reach out and you're readily available, they never know what it feels like to not have you in their life. You need to strip them of that benefit, okay? You aren't officially dating anymore. You're broken up. So hearing the updates from you, talking to you, even being friends, like that is basically setting them so far away from you. And I know a lot of you guys like just want to be friends with your ex because at least they're in your life. But again, that's a really big mistake, because then they realize, okay, now we're friends. And sometimes you can never go from a friendship to a real relationship because they get too comfortable. I would just recommend trying to cut communication. And like I said, disengage in a magnetic way. And the way to do that is give them space, allow them to live their life, and you live your life. I also wrote a book on this too, how to get over your avoidant ex and become securely attached. So if you're interested in like the detailed steps on how to detach, how to let go, I would recommend reading my book. I'll leave that linked below in the caption. Let's talk about the psychology behind why so many of you guys make these mistakes and why you feel this urge to like expose your love for your ex, even though they probably already knew that you love them. When you have an anxious attachment, you will feel this deep urge or desire to just repair things when they're broken, okay? Not about you, but just everyone around you, aka your ex, your partner. That's why you're a people pleaser. If you see something that's broken, if you see your partner not happy, you'll do what it takes to make them happy and fix the problem and repair. Just because you're in a breakup doesn't mean that mindset and behavior don't change, okay? That's why when you go through a breakup, your initial instinct is to close the gap, is to get back together, right? You broke up, you guys are separated, there's distance. Your instinct is, oh no, we're far apart, let's close the gap and get back together. But if you start to act from a place of fear, you will then create this push and pull dynamic that maybe your partner actually started. If you fear like, we broke up, the distance between us is too much, and you are scared, so you try to close the gap and run towards your partner, that might freak out your partner so much, now the distance is even greater, right? They might throw a block on your account. They might say, please don't talk to me again. I need space, right? And that's going to freak you out even more. And you're going to be like, but wait, let me explain. Like, I fixed all these things and like, I love you. And like, I'm so thankful for our relationship. Can we talk in a month? And when you do that, you are just acting desperate and you are pushing your avoidant ex further away. It's typical with anxious attachment. It's like when you are aware, like, okay, wait, I'm doing this because I'm anxious. It helps a lot, but to be secure means you're aware of your actions and you choose a different route. When you start chasing your ex will see your desperate energy of wanting to get back together with them as pressure, as uncomfortable, as a feeling of being claustrophobic instead of love. Because your intention is, I love you. That's why I want to show you how much I love you. But to your avoidant ex, it feels like, oh my gosh, get away from me. I'm claustrophobic. I can't breathe. Like, this is too much. Again, your ex needs time and space to feel this emotion of missing you and not having you in their life. They need to feel the lack of Julie. They need to feel the lack of Joey, okay? I don't know what your specific name is, but I just threw out 2 random names, okay? They need to feel the lack of you in their life. When you are absent, that is when they're going to miss you and think about you, okay? But not until then. And the ironic thing, you guys, I know a lot of you are like, well, let me just give them one more text paragraph or let me just write them this quick note. And it becomes like this huge essay, right? And you're just wanting to explain yourself and just like explain how wonderful the relationship was or share like how much the relationship meant to you. You're just trying to prove yourself. But the ironic thing is the more that you share with your avoidant ex, the more that you admit like, oh my gosh, like I messed up and you were right, the more you're confirming and validating their decision to break up with you. I would just recommend, like, if you're trying to draft a text message or a love letter to your ex, I just wouldn't do it. You can write the letter, but just don't give it to them. Avoidantly attached people do not like clingy behavior. If you start attaching to them, like chia seeds get stuck in your teeth and they just like stick there all day long, okay? If you attach to your ex like that, they are going to feel extremely uncomfortable and extremely unattracted to you. And the more unattractive feelings that they have towards you, the more they're validating, confirming their decision to leave you. Then they'll also start to think, oh my gosh, like you are very much in love with me and the intensity of your emotions towards me are so strong and I can't give that to you. I can't reciprocate. I can't be on your level. Therefore, this is another great reason why we shouldn't be together. Do you see that? So like the more you try to confess your love, the more you try to be like, I'm here, love me. The more you do that, the more you're pushing your partner or your ex away, okay? And this goes for being in a relationship as well, but I also just wanted to make this episode about like post-relationship in the breakup era. I just named off a couple of different mistakes that a lot of you guys make and some mistakes that I made as well when you're trying to win back your avoidant ex, okay? Now we're going to talk about what to do instead. So if you're trying to win back your avoidant ex, don't be clingy. Don't send a ton of text messages. Don't watch their story and respond to their story. Don't try to say like, I fixed this thing. Do you like me now? Just sit on your hands, cry, and then try to reset your life. Try to create space magnetically between you guys so that you trust them to come back if they want to and vice versa. The first thing you should do is create space in between you and your avoidant ex so that you can cultivate a level of mystery in your relationship, okay? And also some tension, all right? If you share your entire life story on Instagram, there's no reason for your ex to text you, hey, what's new with you? Because they already know. When you think about reattracting your ex, you need to think about this connection between you guys, this romantic connection that is brand new. So when you completely disappear from the radar and you are living your life and doing your own thing, right? This gives your avoidant ex a chance to actually miss you, to wonder what's going on with you. Oh, maybe I should reach out and just see if you're okay, see what's new with you, right? You have to give them the space so that they can feel like they miss you, so they can feel this urge to reach out to you, okay? Also, it's exciting to see what your ex has been up to. Like, are they happy without me? Like, can they survive without me? And when they see that you can, that is attractive. When you are happy and you are radiating joy and you have this positive energy within you, that is attractive. When you are sad and you're only thinking about your ex and you constantly text them these messages, I miss you, I want you, come back. That's not attractive. That's obsessive. That is desperate. We don't want that energy for you, okay? Another thing you can do to reattract your ex is to work on yourself, to feel good about yourself, to feel confident about yourself, and learn to trust yourself again. The best way to do this is in private, not sharing your entire journey online and publicly, because then your ex can see that transformation and it kind of like destroys all mystery or curiosity. So what I would recommend is trying to tap into new passions, new projects or new jobs, make new friends, try new hobbies, go on solo vacations. Just try to dip yourself into life and see how you feel, okay? And if you need more like specific examples or like how to do this, I would recommend reading my book again, How to Get Over Your Avoidant Ex and Become Securely Attached. It's linked down below. I also share like my personal story of how I did it myself. So then you'll know if your ex is potentially reconsidering or going to reach out soon by subtle clues, okay? So if they start to watch your story out of nowhere, if they start to send you like a random message here and there, if they put a heart on your story, these are all clues that they are watching and they are interested in one way or another, romantically or friendship. Either way, they are the ones pursuing you, which is the key, okay? Also, if they're asking mutual friends about you, like, hey, how's it going? How are they doing? Do you know anything about them? What's new with them? That means they're interested. They want more information. So again, that's another subtle clue that they might be reconsidering the relationship, okay? You won't win your avoidant ex back by proving to them that they were in the wrong to leave. You win them back by making them question themselves. When they see you happy, when they see you living your best life, that makes them question, why did I let go of you? I'm so attracted to your happiness. I'm so attracted to your positive attitude. How do I get a slice of that? Okay. Just let that sit and marinate. Try not to focus on being the person that they rejected and that there's no other options in the world, because there's not. There are plenty of options out there. You are an amazing individual and you just have to keep telling yourself that and build your confidence up. If you want to share with me your specific breakup story and you need my advice on how to win back your ex, if you're like, I need a specific game plan, feel free to sign up for a one-on-one coaching call with me. I'll leave a link for that down below. I also do email coaching as well. And I have 2 books. I will leave the link for those down below. How to Win Back Your Avoidant Ex and How to Let Go of Your Avoidant Ex. Both of those are down below. That's it for this episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.